Hi, Cavalier football fans. I'm Dan Ramey. Welcome to another edition of Cavalier Coach's Corner. In a moment, a visit with Coach Ron Hinton to talk about his Chillicothe Cavaliers and some special guests. More of the Coach's Corner coming up.
Southern Ohio Monument Company believes remembering a loved one after they're gone can be as personalized as when they were here. With over 400 in-stock monuments to choose from, there are shapes and sizes to match nearly everyone's personality, helping your loved one make a lasting impression. Southern Ohio Monument Company on East Main Street in downtown Chillicothe. Open weekdays 8 to 5 and Saturdays 8 to 1. Southern Ohio Monument Company, proud sponsor of the Cavaliers.
Hi, I'm Angie with ATI Physical Therapy located in Chillicothe. If pain or injury prevent you from doing what you love, let ATI Physical Therapy get you back. Whether it's back to work or back to your play, ATI's energetic and motivating team is ready to help you begin your road to recovery. We will craft a personalized treatment plan incorporating the appropriate techniques for your condition. Stop by our Chillicothe location for a complimentary injury screening or visit atipt.com for a location near you.
Young's Family Market is family-owned and operated. M.L. Young founded the grocery store in 1936, and now a second generation of Youngs, Brad, Susan, and their children now operate the business. To also serve the surrounding area, the Youngs opened a second location in Kingston, Ohio back in 2014, making shopping easy by offering everything you need, including beer and wine, all under one roof. No more running all over town making numerous stops to get everything on your list. Instead, visit our store and find it all. We offer fresh, high-quality products for affordable prices. It's the Young's Family Market, serving the Laurelville, Ohio community for more than 60 years.
Kingston National Bank was founded in 1909 by local businessmen. The concept of a local bank supporting our community's financial needs with local decisions made sense. This is Phil Evans, President and CEO of Kingston National Bank. I invite you to make KNB your bank. We continue to make local decisions that benefit our communities. Experience innovative products and excellent customer service. When you need us most, you can count on KNB. Our community, your bank. Kingston National Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
For 20 years, Haven House of Pickaway County has supported local victims of domestic violence. Thank you to those of you who have made contributions during the Haven House Capital Campaign, which helps us to offer more extensive services to survivors of domestic violence, empowering them to become more successful individuals. To help support our effort, visit us on Facebook, havenhouse1180.com, or by calling 740-412-1905. Shelter, support, and long-term solutions. Haven House of Pickaway County. Rebuilding lives. Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing in Central Center can customize t-shirts, banners, posters, vinyl lettering for your car or truck, and they can embroider logos for your school or business. It's time to show your team's spirit. And from Adina to Zane Trace, Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing has all the team colors. And of course, your Chillicothe Cavalier blue and white. So stop on into the shop in Central Center and see for yourself. Or visit Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing online and place your order today.
Hi, Cavalier fans. Welcome to Cavalier Coach's Corner. I'm Dan Ramey, coming to you today from Dakota's Roadhouse on Western Avenue in Chillicothe, one of our fine sponsors of Chillicothe Cavalier football. And if you've ever been in and you play those bingo tear-off tickets, that all benefits the Chillicothe Cavalier football program. Coach Ron Hinton joins us here tonight. We've got Coach Jason Jones, and also, look at this guy. It's Cavalier Tom McClaskey with a new haircut. Looks nice. Yeah. Coach, we had a 42-7 victory at Miami Trace this past Friday night. The kids played very well. We jumped into a decent atmosphere, I thought. It was very nice game night, beautiful weather. And then it was a matter of let's pop that ball in the halfback pass and get the scoring started.
Well, we scripted our first 5 plays again. And the minute we ran jet sweep into our bench, Coach Seymour said he's marked down touchdown. Okay, and we come back and run to the field. Now, Jaquan made a great play avoiding him. We missed a block.
And a guy all over him.
And he was actually too shallow. He should have bellied back and been deeper. But made a great play. Of course, Zach couldn't be more open than what he was.
10 yards.
Yes, and more. I think it's 15 or 20. But anyways, it kind of set the tone for the evening for that. So, we played well. We weren't particularly sharp. I didn't think, it was one of those workman's nights. We went out, went to work, got our job done, took care of business, all right, and played solid, hard football. We were kind of complaining to Jeff a little bit at halftime, or during the second quarter. I said, Jeff, we'd like to have the ball back so we could score. Jeff was yelling at us and said, but you scored too fast, scored too fast and stuff. But their offense is good. I won't take anything away from Miami Trace. Their offense since week one has been 2 to 3 touchdowns a game, minimum, every game. Okay, and then they put 28 on Jackson the week before. Okay, so that they moved the ball and they've been scoring. All right, but our defense played extremely well. It was a good goal line, great goal line stand. I'll take away the good. I'll emphasize it. It's a great goal line stand at the end of the half. All right, of course, again, a couple penalties aided them to get down there, and things. We just did some very good things. In the second half, we got settled in. All right, we really won that shutout. I mean, that'd have been a really big feather in our cap to shut down an offense like that. And they didn't not get 100 yards of offense until the last drive.
You did a really good job of containing Brady Wallace until that last play.
Yes. Honestly, we had him contained. We just didn't make a tackle. I mean, we had a young man standing. I mean, he was standing right. Actually, reached out, touched him, just didn't tackle him. Okay, why? We don't know, but he did. And he can. So as soon as the game was over, he says, "Coach, I screwed up." Told the defense coach I screwed up because they never should have scored because I should have made the tackle. But they shouldn't have been in number one. The penalty on the roughing the center. We had some questions we've been asking all week about how do you interpret this and what happened. All right, so that was a 15-yard penalty. They would have punted the ball. We'd have ran the clock out on offense, and then the roughing the passer. Okay, they gave them another 15 yards, kept them alive, kept them going because it's third down and long again there. All right, so negatives, but because we're greedy. I'll be honest with you. Coach Art and I, we're greedy suckers, and we like those shutouts. We just like those goose eggs, and again, to shut it down on offense like that is extremely difficult. Then the first half, we scored on 2-play drive was the first one. The next play was a 3-play drive. After Payton's interception and this little tirade and get the 15-yard penalty, it was a 1-play drive. We scored on the next play on a pass to Jaquan. So we scored quickly and scored, but then you look like they had the ball the whole first half because we would score bang and they get the ball back, drive, and then we made them stay long fields. Okay, Matt's kicking wasn't where we wanted, where the ball was deep enough, but it wasn't where we wanted the football. Okay, our coverage broke down once, let them get outside of our 30 or 40 line there on one run. But I think we had 4 tackles inside of 20. Okay, one ball went to the end, one kickoff went to the end zone. So when they're starting everything 80 yards away, all right, and you're a young offense and you're a struggling team, that's difficult to score, from that distance. And we did not allow any big plays. So I was really pleased with our offensive line. Played well. Brycey came in and played very well. Bradley played well. Nick Colley, Simon Roderick. Again, we had to move Simon Roderick and Zach Bryans this week to switch sides. Where Zach has a bad shoulder on the right side, so we had to move him to the left, so he's blocking with his left shoulder. All right, so he's a little bit out of kilter for a while with that there. Big plays. The only thing I was really kind of surprised at, they were, no question, this is one of the first teams that was out to stop Brandon. Okay, he did not get a chance to run the ball. They were setting on him, not to score. But then Connor had 2 big touchdown runs. We threw the ball well, and of course, Brandon didn't have a good night. He still threw for 110 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, and rushed for 80 yards, and that's a bad night.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like that anyway.
So our standards have changed a little bit for him. But again, Connor ran well. Last week we had Simon stepped up with the big passes. This week it was Will.
Roderick, 2 big catches.
2 big catches, actually 3. And the one was impromptu. Coach N was a little, they changed the play online. Well, it's one of those what we call RPOs, run pass option. And Brandon saw something in the one he threw on the goal line. The Will was slant in the end zone. And we had really had a power play to the right call. If you watch the line of scrimmage, they ran the power play. But then Brandon threw the zero, threw the slant to Will because of how they played the defense. But really, he has the right to do that. I said it's just a good thing to score.
There's 20 yards between Roderick and the rest of everybody else. So he's out there on an island with one defensive back, and it's an easy play. He had him outsized and had him out positioned for the catch.
Correct. Well, we don't question his ability. You really don't. Will's got exceptional ability, and with the question of us, we just got to get him to do it consistently. He still lacks a little bit of confidence in that, but it's like that long pass. That's a great catch and a nice run after that. But that was a difficult play to make. Ended up being a 60-yard plus touchdown. So but it was great. It was great. That was teasing Simon, and Simon says, "Well, by God, if I had a chance to catch ball, I'd done the same thing."
And let me wear number 5.
Yes, number 5. I could do that again. Yes, So I was glad to get Zach Coates back. That was big. He dropped the one pass. The coach ground a little bit on that one, but he doesn't do that very often. And then we got a little frivolous on the goal line on extra points. Actually, I didn't think Adrian staying in the end zone. I didn't think Adrian made it in. But then watch the film. He was in by his waist up. He just fumbled the ball into the into the end zone. He held on the ball. He would have made it. It's supposed to be an option, but our soccer guy kind of got a little excited and forgot to run the option. So Adrian was kind of stuck on just running the football. All right, but again, he got in. So it's one of those things we want to get on film, show it, to say, hey, we can do it. So now the teams have to prepare for it the next 2 weeks. Those things. So it was just defensively, we just kept making solid plays. But I'll give them credit. I felt that was the hardest we saw in 3 weeks on films defensively. They took out a couple personnel we really wanted to go after and put them on the field. They switched personnel. So that's okay. Then Jeff kept saying they changed up their offense quite a bit. Because our coach has been yelling at me that I changed game plan during the game. I said, well, the defenses take things away from me. So I'm always prepared to go back to things we've done in the past. All right, I know how it'll work. And I know Coach Johnson was really giving me devil on one time. We put the tight end away from the formation, which we always put him to it, and ran a play action pass. And then Jake Coleman was wide open right down the middle. But the safety rotated to the H away from it. The linebackers moved to the H away from it. Brandon made a play action, and Jake and Connor wheeled to the right. Jake one come down the middle, and there's Jake one run right down the middle all by himself. And I said, okay, now guys, who's right? I said, on my phone to my guys there. So, and we had a game plan, but then as you score that quickly and that much, then it kind of changes our game stuff. Okay, because on how you do things, because of how we handle stuff. So I think we had 315 yards offense, 170 passing, the rest was rushing. We still put in 42 points. Our punting left a little bit to be desired. All right, we finally. I think that was one of the only goals we didn't make on our goal board this week was no bad snaps. All right, and Will just got a little excited, got a little lazy, and our centers have to drop their rear ends before they snap. And he just left his up, forgot to drop it down, and that's when the ball sailed. It's got sailed pretty good, the way Jaquan can jump. It's got sailed, but he made a great play to get the ball off. And after that, then if you look at their kicking game, it was kind of neat that they kicked off once.
They kicked to you.
Yeah, They punted to us once. Jaquan got it. I think it's like 26 yards or so. Almost broke it. The never ever punt after that was, was under 15 yards or less. It wasn't very far down the field, so they were not going to kick the ball to us. And then the one kickoff they had, then Peyton returns again 42 or 46 yards back across our 50. So they, they're kind of saying, "Daggone, what are we going to do here? If we kick the ball short, they still score. Kick the ball to them, they're going to score because they run the ball back. But that's the way it should be."
Good things happen when that happens. Good things for the Cavaliers.
Yes, I agree.
Let's take a look at your players of the week that you have here. You've got both defense and offense.
Yes. Well, we'll talk about defense real quick. The coach Art. Again, our leading tackle this week was Simon Roderick with 11. Okay. Will Roderick had 9. Once we got Will settled down in the second half, where we wanted Will to go, most of our offense couldn't move the ball. In the first half, we couldn't get Will. Will had to play a little different from his linebacker position, and it was because of how they operated their offense. And once we got Will settled down, they were basically because Will's just, okay, you're done, guys, and he started playing the way we wanted to. Everything else shut down. Okay. Chris Poaches had 7. Connor Mathis had 7, and Peyton Shoemaker had 5. Tackles for loss. Peyton had 2, Connor had 2, Simon had 3. Colin Lindsay had our only quarterback sack, good hit from Colin the backside. QB hurries, Nick Ursuline had 2. I just yelled at him to get your hands up, block the ball so he can't throw it. He running with his hands down, his hands should have been up then. Cause fumble, Will made a nice play on the pooch kick we did to hit the guy and knock the ball out of his hands, and Nick recovered the fumble on a kickoff, which gives the ball right back to us. But Will had 2 caused fumbles. Nick Ursuline had 1 fumble recovery. Pass breakups, Adrian Beverly had 1, and Jade McNish had 1. McCallum had 1, and then interception, of course, Peyton had that, and then special teams tackles, Jason Benson had 2, and Nick Ursuline had 2 with that there. And tackles for loss on the kickoffs, we had Will with 2 of them, Nick Ursuline 1, A.J. Corbin 1, Jaquan Harris 1, and Jason Benson 1. So, big night for us. Big night. Offensively, pancake blocks, Bradley Reinhardt had 5. Pretty good night for our junior starter. Pretty good night. He's getting better. Not where Coach didn't want yet, but he's getting better. I say that because he's sitting out and watching me, so I got to say it. So I have to get a bigger helmet tomorrow.
He's never where Coach wants him to be.
Correct. Well, he's where I want him to be. We're not finishing. We're getting better at it, though. Much better. Simon Roderick had 4. Nick Colley had 2. And then we had several with 1. Pat Rourke, Connor Mathis, Zach Bryans, Brycey Valentine, Adrian Beverly, quarterback. Got a great plan of a guy on a punt return. I mean, he planted him. It was a big play. Caleb Workman and Zach Coates all had those. Extra efforts, Brandon had 11, Connor had 8, and Bradley had 7. 3s or extra efforts went to Will Roderick, Brandon, Jaquan, Zach Coates, and Connor Mathis. All had big plays on the extra 3s. And then, of course, Brandon threw for 109 yards. TD pass over 40 yards was 1 to Will, Brandon to Will, and then Jaquan to Zach Coates. With that. Our players of the week, Brandon, Will, and Connor were all offensive backs. Offensive lineman was Bradley and Simon. Our special teams was Nick Ursuline, Adrian, and Will Roderick. Our headhunters, I think Simon got 14 stickers this week, I believe it was. I think Will had a dozen. I think Connor got 11 this week. And then defensively, we had Simon Roderick, Connor Mathis, and DeAndre Halbell was a defensive lineman. A linebacker was Will Roderick. Our secondary is Peyton Shoemaker. And the big hits this week, the Nestle Crunch Bars, went to Adrian Beverly on that block, and Will Roderick on that kickoff They knocked the guy knocked the ball out of the guy's hands, and we recovered it. Okay.
Big difference right there.
Yes, huge.
Of course, you mentioned a couple of names that we will be talking to here tonight as well, so that's very huge.
All three of them.
These youngins coming up, they are important to the next phase for Cavalier football.
So we call them our three musketeers.
Is that right?
Because they're always together, so there are three musketeers.
You dropped in all the endorsements. You got the Nestle's Crunch and now the Three Musketeers as well.
Yeah.
It's all candy with this guy. It must be the month,
Well, if you look at my physique, it kind of looks that way, doesn't it?
Let's take a look at your younger programs. How did those things go this weekend?
Well, our little Cavs had a bye week. They were off this week. They don't play again until this coming weekend. They were off last weekend. Our middle school played very well. Our 8th grade won 14-8 over Miami Trace. I think they're 4-1-1 now. Doing very well. And our 8th grade's on a roll, 2 shutouts in a row. They shut out Miami Trace 32-0. Played extremely well, threw the ball well, ran the ball well. Team is improving week by week. The JV freshman group had a huge night, had a huge game against Miami Trace. They won 42-0. And the freshmen have been barking that we scored more touchdowns than the older guys did. So that's a nice rivalry with that there. So basically, one team other than 7th grade, Miami Trace didn't score on. We're not counting the one that our young guys gave up. When they're in the varsity game there. So that was a big weekend for us, and we're really pleased with how well our lower levels are playing.
One of the coaches for the freshmen is Jason Jones. We'll be talking with him here in just a bit, a little bit more, along with Sonny Hall, who will be our guest coaches here tonight. So that's coming up in just a moment here from Dakota's Roadhouse.
Hi, I'm Angie with ATI Physical Therapy, located in Chillicothe. If pain or injury prevent you from doing what you love, let ATI Physical Therapy get you back. Whether it's back to work or back to your play, ATI's energetic and motivating team is ready to help you begin your road to recovery. We will craft a personalized treatment plan incorporating the appropriate techniques for your condition. Stop by our Chillicothe location for a complimentary injury screening or visit atipt.com for a location near you.
Young's Family Market is family owned and operated. M.L. Young founded the grocery store in 1936, and now a second generation of Youngs, Brad, Susan, and their children now operate the business. To also serve the surrounding area, the Youngs opened a second location in Kingston, Ohio back in 2014, making shopping easy by offering everything you need, including beer and wine, all under one roof. No more running all over town making numerous stops to get everything on your list. Instead, visit our store and find it all. We offer fresh, high-quality products for affordable prices. It's the Young's Family Market, serving the Laurelville, Ohio community for more than 60 years.
Kingston National Bank was founded in 1909 by local businessmen. The concept of a local bank supporting our community's financial needs with local decisions made sense. This is Phil Evans, President and CEO of Kingston National Bank. I invite you to make KNB your bank. We continue to make local decisions that benefit our communities. Experience innovative products and excellent customer service. When you need us most, you can count on KNB. Our community, your bank. Kingston National Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
For 20 years, Haven House of Pickaway County has supported local victims of domestic violence. Thank you to those of you who have made contributions during the Haven House Capital Campaign, which helps us to offer more extensive services to survivors of domestic violence, empowering them to become more successful individuals. To help support our effort, visit us on Facebook, havenhouse1180.com, or by calling 740-412-1905. Shelter, support, and long-term solutions. Haven House of Pickaway County. Rebuilding lives. Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing in Central Center can customize t-shirts, banners, posters, vinyl lettering for your car or truck, and they can embroider logos for your school or business. It's time to show your team's spirit. And from Adina to Zane Trace, Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing has all the team colors. And of course, your Chillicothe Cavalier blue and white. So stop on into the shop in Central Center and see for yourself. Or visit Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing online and place your order today. Southern Ohio Monument Company believes remembering a loved one after they're gone can be as personalized as when they were here. With over 400 in-stock monuments to choose from, there are shapes and sizes to match nearly everyone's personality. helping your loved one make a lasting impression. Southern Ohio Monument Company on East Main Street in downtown Chillicothe. Open weekdays 8 to 5 and Saturdays 8 to 1. Southern Ohio Monument Company, proud sponsor of the Cavaliers.
On this segment of the Cavalier Coach's Corner from Dakota's Roadhouse, I'm Dan Ramey. We have 3 Chillicothe Cavaliers with us. They are all from the front line. They work in the trenches. We have with us tonight Caleb Workman on this end. We've got Colin Lindsay and also Bradley Reinhardt. Guys, congratulations on the win against Miami Trace. It had to feel pretty good going in there, getting that early score, and next thing you know, it's coming pretty easy, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, we like that. Now, a handful of you have been on the offensive line consistently. A handful of you have been on the defensive line in and out throughout the season. Let's talk about how the season's gone. You started off gangbusters and ran into a couple of speed bumps, but now you won 4 straight games. Got to feel pretty good about being 6-2 right now.
Yeah, definitely. At the beginning of the season, we're playing some pretty big guys, and so it's getting. I'm not going to say it's getting like a lot easier, but I feel more confident as we go down in the final game. So yeah,
that confidence when you win, or if you have even just a small win on the battlefield, that has to really help. And I imagine it spreads amongst the rest of you, right, Colin?
Yeah, like you said, it feels good to win, but also like. Played really hard teams this year, and we tried our best, but just came short.
And Caleb, you found yourself into kind of like a mix coming in off the sideline and everything. Give people an idea what's that like, because you have got practice. Certainly you're in on practice, but Friday night those lights come on and suddenly somebody goes down, next man up, and you're on the front line.
Oh yeah, it was rough this week. I couldn't hear the play very well and was going in and was really lost and couldn't hear Brandon or anything, so I didn't know what to do. A couple bad plays, but after that it was pretty good.
Do you hear about it when you get back to the huddle?
Oh yeah.
You can hear a quick sentence from the sideline.
Yeah. We can hear him in the press box. Well, I know this past Friday night was very huge for you because you go into Miami Trace. You go to their field, they've got the big new scoreboard, they got the music cranking, the whole kind of, it just was a great atmosphere for you. But then you had to set the tone. So talk about, Colin, what it was like to set the tone for the evening.
Well, we had to come out there and hit them hard, make sure they didn't get drive down the field too much, and like make sure they didn't get to the end zone so we could get our offense on the field and score, and then shut them out early, you know.
Did you happen to get any type of thank you notes from like Tyler Taylor? You had a big quarterback hit. It was clean, but it was mean too. What did that feel like for you?
You know, that was my first sack of the season. It felt great. I felt like I was on top of the world. Got up, celebrated a little bit, went back to the huddle. Felt good.
We had just finished talking about Colin on the radio, and then next thing you know, boom, he's right in there making that big quarterback sack. So that's great. We're going to have to say your name more often before you have a play, right?
Yeah.
You guys came up together through the junior high ranks and the whole deal. What kind of a brotherhood do you have, Brad?
I mean, we're like very close, and like not just in football. I mean, throughout the year, like, and we play other sports together. Like we all 3 play baseball in the summer, and then we did track together last year, and then like we just hang out all the time. So we're, as Coach Hinton said, we're the 3 Musketeers, so we're pretty close. So
I will tell you, I benefit from having Coach Dana Cousins with me up in the press box, and every time one of you fellas get in, he always says, "I'm proud of these boys," because he helped coach you along at the younger ranks. What was he like to play for?
He's awesome.
He's great.
He's good. He's a great coach.
yeah, he's fun too.
Is he where he needs to be, though, up in the press box?
It'd be nice to bring him back down a couple times.
Maybe next year we'll get him back at it again. We want to talk about what you do off the field. You mentioned that you play a lot of baseball together. You wrestle during the high school side, but you both play baseball as well on the varsity. Is that right?
Well, this is our first year that we're going to play for the school. We mainly play for the summer league and just stuff like that, but yeah, we're playing for the school this year, so we'll see how that goes.
I'm sure they'll enjoy having a couple of bigger fellas come out and carry some big sticks.
Yes.
That's the plan right there. What do you like to do outside of playing baseball?
Pretty much hanging with these guys and driving around, everything.
So I imagine there were probably some homecoming pictures with you guys and your girls and the whole deal.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so go to one house, take pictures, go to another house, take pictures. So let's do it. What about school? Caleb, what do you like? What's your favorite subject? What do you like to do?
My favorite subjects would be math or science, but this year the math's kind of kicking me in the butt a little bit, but getting through it.
Yeah. What would you call it?
Honestly, I'm a language arts. I like language arts a lot. I like writing about stuff. Not really a specific prompt, but just writing from what I think in my brain, Mm-hmm.
So maybe you left Tyler Taylor a little note when you put the quarterback sack on him. What about you, Brandon?
I'm with Caleb. I like math and science, and we're in the same math class actually. We're taking stats, and we sit in the back of the class and just try to hang on, I guess. So
hang on and ride and see if you can finish together, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you've got Washington Courthouse coming up this week. Back to Fayette County one more time. What was it like to get on the bus? Because you hadn't been on the bus since week 1.
Yeah, it was definitely weird. We're used to going home to the field house and just hanging out, but it was a little bit more rushed, but I think we handled it well.
I went out and walked on the field beforehand, and the field conditions have held up pretty well, but there was something about smelling grass again and being dirty and the whole deal. What was that like to adjust to?
Yeah, it was hard. Like they don't really have flat. It was all like dips and stuff. Like you'd run and it'd be muddy and you slide. Trying to pursue to the ball, and then just your feet come out from under you, and you got to get back up.
But you didn't have any of those little rubber pellets in your pants or nothing like that from playing at the O for so long. Well, they may still have some behind their ears from playing games all this year. Well, guys, you got Washington Courthouse this week, Gardner Park. This is a really cool place to go play football, and once again, a great atmosphere. Good luck to you. We know that blue and white's going to win. We just want it to be our blue and white, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on the show, too. Again, down on this end, we got Caleb Workman, Colin Lindsay, and Bradley Reinhardt. We'll continue and meet with a couple of the coaches coming up from Dakotas.
Young's Family Market is family owned and operated. M.L. Young founded the grocery store in 1936, and now a second generation of Youngs, Brad, Susan, and their children now operate the business. To also serve the surrounding area, the Youngs opened a second location in Kingston, Ohio back in 2014, making shopping easy by offering everything you need, including beer and wine, all under one roof. No more running all over town making numerous stops to get everything on your list. Instead, visit our store and find it all. We offer fresh, high-quality products for affordable prices. It's the Young's Family Market, serving the Laurelville, Ohio community for more than 60 years.
Kingston National Bank was founded in 1909 by local businessmen. The concept of a local bank supporting our community's financial needs with local decisions made sense. This is Phil Evans, President and CEO of Kingston National Bank. I invite you to make KNB your bank. We continue to make local decisions that benefit our communities. Experience innovative products and excellent customer service. When you need us most, you can count on KNB. Our community, your bank. Kingston National Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
For 20 years, Haven House of Pickaway County has supported local victims of domestic violence. Thank you to those of you who have made contributions during the Haven House Capital Campaign, which helps us to offer more extensive services to survivors of domestic violence, empowering them to become more successful individuals. To help support our effort, visit us on Facebook, havenhouse1180.com, or by calling 740-412-1905. Shelter, support, and long-term solutions. Haven House of Pickaway County. Rebuilding lives. Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing in Central Center can customize t-shirts, banners, posters, vinyl lettering for your car or truck, and they can embroider logos for your school or business. It's time to show your team's spirit. And from Adina to Zane Trace, Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing has all the team colors. And of course, your Chillicothe Cavalier blue and white. So stop on into the shop in Central Center and see for yourself, or visit Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing online and place your order today. Southern Ohio Monument Company believes remembering a loved one after they're gone can be as personalized as when they were here. With over 400 in-stock monuments to choose from, there are shapes and sizes to match nearly everyone's personality. helping your loved one make a lasting impression. Southern Ohio Monument Company on East Main Street in downtown Chillicothe. Open weekdays 8 to 5 and Saturdays 8 to 1. Southern Ohio Monument Company, proud sponsor of the Cavaliers.
Hi, I'm Angie with ATI Physical Therapy located in Chillicothe. If pain or injury prevent you from doing what you love, but ATI Physical Therapy gets you back. Whether it's back to work or back to your play, ATI's energetic and motivating team is ready to help you begin your road to recovery. We will craft a personalized treatment plan incorporating the appropriate techniques for your condition. Stop by our Chillicothe location for a complimentary injury screening or visit atipt.com for a location near you.
On this segment on the Cavalier Coaches Corner from Dakota's Roadhouse, I'm Dan Ramey, along with assistant coaches here tonight, Sonny Hall, and also Jason Jones. Guys, thanks for joining us here this evening. And let's start with Jason. We mentioned during the first segment helping to coach the freshmen this year. You're also up in the press box on Friday nights, and in fact, I saw you climbing down from the top of the press box at Miami Trace this past Friday.
They don't make that for skinny guys, I don't believe.
That box is only so big to go through, isn't it? What are your responsibilities on Friday night when it comes time to help with the coaches upstairs?
Keeping track of the offense for the other team, down and distance, which way the players are going, any tendencies that they're showing something. Like last week, they were running heavy on tight end. We noticed that in the first half, started tracking it, and every time the tight end, they just ran his way. We started calling that, and that was pretty much the end of that. But tracking plays down and distance, see if there's any tendencies.
Have to have good camaraderie and communication with one another too, I imagine.
Oh yeah, good communication upstairs, definitely.
Yeah. Who do you have to touch on the shoulder when you're up there? Because I know Todd's wearing the headsets on one side, and you got others wearing other headsets.
Usually B.J. Adams. B.J. Adams, talk to him.
Okay. Sonny, on Friday nights, you've got the stat book out too. You're keeping track of the defensive stats, right?
That's correct. Been doing it for ever since Ron's been here.
Okay, so the last 6 years then.
Yeah.
I know watching it live is one thing. Do you ever have to go back and look at the film to say, oh, I might have missed that one? Or
to be honest with you, Dan, I have not seen that much of the films. I look at it during the game itself, and then they check the film on Sundays.
So you're live or not at all? We like that.
Live
right?
or not at all.
and I got to ask, do you keep pencil or pen?
Actually, pen.
The reason I ask this is because Pat Highland, who has worked with me in previous years in the broadcast team, always used a pen. And I thought, man, you got to be pretty good if you're going to use a pen. I imagine it's the same thing on your side.
Well, yes and no. I use the pen because I think it's a lot more neater, and I can read it better at the end of the game when I have to give the totals to Ron.
Mm-hmm. Jason, do you have to do the same thing? Do you go with a pen or you use a pencil?
I do, yeah.
Do you?
It's easier, and this place we have it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
So it's not that hard to keep track.
Now, these are Friday night responsibilities we're talking about right here, but you guys are busy every day of the week. What do we not see that you guys do?
Well, usually during the week I'm with the offensive line, usually the younger guys, and the inside linebackers, and I help coach the freshman team.
Mm-hmm. And you saw some of those kids tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did last Friday. Some of them did a great job. And in the JV game, some of those kids just played amazing. It's when you have the freshmen like that, it's a big transition from going from junior high to varsity. I mean, if you think about it in just the grand scheme of things, when you're 13 or 14 and junior high coming to high school, it's just you'll grow 4 or 5 inches and gain 50, 60 pounds. So they're meeting kids they haven't developed into yet. And if you coach them at young, get them into it, get them working, and understand what we're doing, and it'll come out later, senior year.
Yeah. I know one of the responsibilities you have, Sonny, is taking attendance, because when I've walked in, he's checked to see if I'm on the roster. And you kind of know who comes and goes through that door, don't you?
Yes, I try to keep an accurate attendance record. Sometimes the kids open up the door, they go right on by. and I try to catch them before they get too far away. But I also help with the snacks after practice, make sure that they don't go overboard on some of the snacks.
Do you have to keep an eye on Coach Hinton, too, on going overboard on the snacks?
Yes, I guess. and I do a lot of sort of stop and go, picking up stuff from the sports store in Central Center, just going after things that Ron asked me to do, and I've been doing them since he's been here.
Yeah, just the stuff so he doesn't have to.
Yes. And then I helped Bill Davison, I've helped John Sines, I've helped Bill Dennis. I've been up there probably 25 years or so just doing stats.
Yeah. And we are familiar with Sonny's work in previous lives, so to speak. You've been as an umpire in softball and baseball. I mean, you've been just about everywhere involved in sports.
Yes, I have. Unfortunately, I had a couple TIA strokes. I can't umpire anymore. I showed horses and raised horses for God knows how many years, and I can't do that anymore. So I'm just sort of the right-hand man that sits.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Jason, before you came to us, you were over at Frankfurt, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
I went to school there. I did not.
You went to school to Frankfurt? But we don't really know a whole lot about what you do do outside of the football team for the Cavaliers.
I work in PPG in Circleville, and I usually work a lot. I live outside in the city, got a couple acres, and taking care of that. Not a whole lot of days I don't have something to do with that. But all my kids, my son was a senior last year, and he graduated, so they're all moving on, becoming adults. So
yeah.
I have a little more free time to help coach, and I always wanted to coach. So Ron Hinton gave me an opportunity, and you can't ask for much better than that. How many 400, 300 wins is what he got, and you learn some things under a person like that. It's nice.
Well, we need to get one more win for him this weekend, and I know you've got a chore to do, and we record this on Tuesday night. You got Wednesday and Thursday to go to prepare for Friday night. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you, Dan. It's been nice working with you. We'll do it again.
All right, Sonny Hall and Jason Jones. We'll continue with Coach Ron Hinton in just a matter of moments as we get ready to take on the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions. This is the Cavalier Coach's Corner.
Family Market is family-owned and operated. M.L. Young founded the grocery store in 1936, and now a second generation of Youngs, Brad, Susan, and their children now operate the business. To also serve the surrounding area, the Youngs opened a second location in Kingston, Ohio back in 2014, making shopping easy by offering everything you need, including beer and wine, all under one roof. No more running all over town making numerous stops to get everything on your list. Instead, visit our store and find it all. We offer fresh, high-quality products for affordable prices. It's the Young's Family Market, serving the Laurelville, Ohio community for more than 60 years.
Kingston National Bank was founded in 1909 by local businessmen. The concept of a local bank supporting our community's financial needs with local decisions made sense. This is Phil Evans, President and CEO of Kingston National Bank. I invite you to make KNB your bank. We continue to make local decisions that benefit our communities. Experience innovative products and excellent customer service. When you need us most, you can count on KNB. Our community, your bank. Kingston National Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
For 20 years, Haven House of Pickaway County has supported local victims of domestic violence. Thank you to those of you who have made contributions during the Haven House Capital Campaign, which helps us to offer more extensive services to survivors of domestic violence, empowering them to become more successful individuals. To help support our effort, visit us on Facebook, havenhouse1180.com, or by calling 740-412-1905. Shelter, support, and long-term solutions. Haven House of Pickaway County. Rebuilding lives. Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing in Central Center can customize t-shirts, banners, posters, vinyl lettering for your car or truck, and they can embroider logos for your school or business. It's time to show your team's spirit. And from Adina to Zane Trace, Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing has all the team colors. And of course, your Chillicothe Cavalier blue and white. So stop on into the shop in Central Center and see for yourself. Or visit Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing online and place your order today. Southern Ohio Monument Company believes remembering a loved one after they're gone can be as personalized as when they were here. With over 400 in-stock monuments to choose from, there are shapes and sizes to match nearly everyone's personality, helping your loved one make a lasting impression. Southern Ohio Monument Company on East Main Street in downtown Chillicothe. Open weekdays 8 to 5 and Saturdays 8 to 1. Southern Ohio Monument Company, proud sponsor of the Cavaliers.
Hi, I'm Angie with ATI Physical Therapy located in Chillicothe. If pain or injury prevent you from doing what you love, but ATI Physical Therapy gets you back. Whether it's back to work or back to your play, ATI's energetic and motivating team is ready to help you begin your road to recovery. We will craft a personalized treatment plan incorporating the appropriate techniques for your condition. Stop by our Chillicothe location for a complimentary injury screening or visit atipt.com for a location near you.
On our final segment from Dakota's Roadhouse on the Cavalier Coach's Corner, I'm Dan Ramey, and we have Sonny Hall back with us, along with Coach Ron Hinton and Cavalier Tom McClaskey, who occasionally has a question for the coach. So let's go to the mailbag here with our good friend Cavalier Tom.
Well, I want to start out saying congratulations to the coach, offensive and defensive coach, because I saw the board out this week, and he was working on the sidelines with both sides of the ball. Now, my question, it's this time of the year, and I've had still the mystery with these playoffs coming up, and possibly what I hear in the grapevine that we are going to be playing in Dayton this year if we make the playoffs. Is that true or false?
False.
Okay.
Actually, right now, we're going to be courthouse. Okay, we're about that week 11.
Right.
So that'll take care of itself after Jackson. But all indications right now is we're going to Cincinnati. It's going to be one of three teams of different teams of Cincinnati LaSalle, Defending State, two-time Defending State champs. Cincinnati Anderson, who's been state champs 2 years ago, or Cincinnati Winton Woods.
Wow.
So we're probably going to end up with one of those because as things go, there was a big switch in our region last week that Troy upset Sydney. And Troy's only one loss, but they were like number 10 or 11 last week. And this week now they're jumped all the way up to, I believe, number 4 when they beat Sydney. All right, so as it works out, one plays 8. Right now we're 8th, okay? And we're looking right now that probably Cincinnati Anderson, by all indications, is going to end up winning the region, okay? All right, LaSalle will either be 2nd or 3rd, and Winton Woods will be right there. So 2 plays 7, 3 plays 6, and 4 and 5 play each other. All right, so it's one of those things that when we got put in this new region, that we got stuck with probably the strongest region in Ohio. Out of all Division II's regions, we're in the most powerful one going. So it won't be Dayton. It was hoping to be Dayton Belmont, and that was one of our druthers. But all in the case right now, it doesn't look like it. So our focus right now is to finish the last 2 games. End up on a 6-game winning streak. Okay, win our first league title since 1990. All right, and we've been knocking on the door the last 4 years, but the coulda, shoulda, wouldas has been killing us.
Yep.
And now we got to finish the job. Okay.
Great.
Going into the week, the Cavaliers are 4 straight wins at this moment in time. 6-2, 3-0 in the Frontier Athletic Conference. And Coach, you've got Washington Courthouse, who comes in with they got off to a great start, 2 wins. Then that third week, it was a shootout with London. I think there was 90-some points scored between the two combined. And since then, they've kind of gone on the skids. Winners of just 2 of their 4 of the last 4 games. And in the same respect, one of those was a forfeiture. They lost to St. Charles. They got a win back. So truly, they're just 1-3 since winning those first 2 weeks. They've had some off-the-field issues they've had to deal with as well, and that's taken a player or 2 out of the mix for them. What do we prepare for with a 4-4 Washington Courthouse team?
Well, again, we talked about last week, Miami Trace, and we not all tied in offensively. Them we're not tied in against Coach Arms, against their opponents. All right, so they went tied in, and then instead of they ran a lot of ISOs at the tight end from that, which is we've saw since basically Hartley, that Logan come in, ran the ISO at us. Hillsborough come in, run the ISO at us. Greenfield run the ISO at us. All right, now here's the next 4th team in a row running the ISO at us, and that there. So we don't question their talent. I know their quarterback that just came back. He's been suspended for a while, and he is back. He has some very good skilled kids on the outside. They're solid up front. They're big kids. The thing about it is, what they do is one thing is their best football player, we think lineman especially, only plays one way. So he plus to play some goal line. He did play late in the Jackson game, but basically they 2 platoon. All right, so all their great athletes either play on the offensive side or the defensive side. So we don't see them all the time. So we have to handle that, but we got to stop the quarterback. We've been working on a play that hurt us last year. That's kind of a draw play, kind of a counter trade draw that caught us last year, and they moved the ball with it a little bit from that. But we said, okay, we're not going to give you 2 years from now with it. We're going to get this burger stopped, and then they run some options and different things. But then that quarterback, but he's always dangerous. That like Brandon, the play breaks down all of a sudden, then he makes the play though. Okay, so he has a capable of doing that. They put 20 on Jackson last week. They have been, like you said, they've been scoring. The thing is, they've been giving up a lot of points also. So we're going to their place, playing at their place. I think the road game took a little toll on us last week, and we have been on the road. We weren't used to that. Again, I'll give Miami Trace 100% of the credit. They played hard. I thought they played well. The new facility they're going to have here in a couple of years. I didn't realize the new school buildings, elementary schools and stuff behind them were completed. I would see the high schools coming. They've got the big new video board trying to compete with us. And then I guess I thought they said it wasn't until 19, but they talked over there the other night that by 18 they'll have turf. I'm not sure what they're going to do with you. I know the great big nice home or visiting bleachers. All right, what they're going to do? They're going to tear the old home bleachers down, put new. I'm not sure how they're doing that. But anyway, it's going to be a great place. But anyways, we go back on the road. Okay, Courthouse is always a tough place to play because the crowd's right on top of you. All right, they're right there, and they play well at home, we just got to get out, take care of our business, play well in the line of scrimmage. That's where you win or lose by playing to control that line of scrimmage, control their big athletes, control the big plays. When they're effective, it's not driving the ball; it's big plays. It's big plays. It's well done. I know, say their first touchdown against Jackson was an interception, return for touchdown. They was up 7-0 in the opening series, and they picked off a pass and ran it back for a touchdown last week. So we've got to handle ourselves, from that, and they've got some, the middle guard's 6'3", 305, 310 pounds, and runs pretty well. The more I watch him, the more impressed I am with him. They got one big defensive end, a junior, that came back from last year, that caused us trouble last year. They're strong. They're probably going to blitz for linebackers probably 70%, maybe more by the time. one or two linebackers are always coming. So that's going to cause a problem. They do a lot of different stunts up front. So it's one of those things that we get them, they get us a play or two, we go backwards, then hopefully we're going to pop a big play. So we just got to go out, take care of stuff. We don't know if we're going to play a 50 defense against us. Last year we prepared for a 50, had all the stuff set up for all their stunts, and they ran a 4-4. Okay, so we had to make a change right during the game. Now we saw all 4-4, a little bit of 50 only against tights, and so we don't know what we're going to see, except we know it's pretty much going to be man coverage and blitz the linebackers. We know is going to happen. That those two things are definitely going to happen. So after that, then we have to wait and see from them. Go back to I got to say Sonny's kind of been my right hand guy. That he gets all the he takes care of the attendance, which is a big thing for us to know who's there. And then we had mom and dad are complaining about, well, my son isn't playing or whatever. Was that, well, he's missed X amount of days? Well, I didn't know that. Well, he has.
Sonny knows.
Sonny knows it. Yes, yes. He has to give a report every day to Coach Adams. Coach Adams, he takes care of all the discipline with the running from us in practice. So we don't care really the reason why. If you're sick or whatever, you still run because you miss practice. The way kind of Blancas, it takes care of everything that we do. And then Coach Jones, he's my slushy guy. He's my slush and Gatorade guy that he was in charge of the slush machine. But they broke down the last couple of weeks, so he hasn't had to do a whole lot. But he does a great job. He helped Coach Arndt, and Coach Arndt with the young guys and the linebackers and things. And he's learning quickly. Okay, all right. The only thing is that he's got to not worry about being dominated by Coach Arndt. Coach Henry's got to go in and do his job. Don't worry about it. If you don't like it, we'll growl. But really want him to really step up a little bit more, and do that. So we're really tickled to have both of them. Sonny's our Mikey, though. That he's our Mikey. That we get. He's a food taster we have. Or if we don't like it, Sonny, Mikey, you try it. Sonny, you try it. Okay, and tell us how it is there. So Sonny's really our Mikey there.
The official taste tester.
Yes.
That's a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Now, we started with Cavalier Tom with a question. Sonny, do you have a question for Coach Ron?
Yes, I do, Ron. The High School Athletic Association seems like they always change the regions or districts, and it always hurts the smaller schools and betters the larger schools. What is the reason for doing that?
Well, a lot of reasons why the regions change is because of the school sizes when they come back and reevaluate, and they try and keep their numbers balanced. Okay, what's hard to believe that Pickaway County is in the Southwest District. Okay, Ross County is in the Southwest District. We thought we'd been in the Central District, as close as we are, but yet, we're kind of out in no man's land right there a little bit. That we're the only Division II school, Tays in Ross County. They're the only Tays the only Division II school in Pickaway County. All right, but in order to balance all the regions, so there's about 118 schools, I guess, or something. Here, take a few, so it's all kind of equal throughout the state. That fluctuates every 2 years. You'll jump around a little bit. From that. So Allen really favors the big schools. It favors, the Cincinnati area has a large concentration of that. There's a big concentration in Columbus. What happens to us, out here, down here in more rural Ohio? Where do we go? Because again, we're dictated by the big cities. Okay, because of just the sheer numbers of who they have, and where this is when the elite separate themselves from everybody else. Okay, it's hard to believe we're in week 9. It really is. It's hard to believe we're in week 9. To be 6-2 is tremendous. Because I told him in practice tonight that 6-3 doesn't sound near as good as 7-2. Yeah. Does not sound near as good like that. Of course, we know what's going to happen next week. That's the championship week. Any way to look at it, that's a championship week. But we've got to take care of business to stay on top, to stay right there, on top of the FAC, and put ourselves in a position to to get on and play well. And we knew all along a strong opponent going to Courthouse. And I think they've already had their senior stuff. I think that was like the first game of the year. So I don't know if there's any festivities or anything going on that add a little more fuel to the fire, all right, per se, from that. And we look for them to play well. I mean, again, you look at the teams. Look how well Logan played against us. Hillsborough come in solid. Even Greenfield came in and moved the ball on us. They just broke down. Miami Trace. I give them credit. They changed stuff on us offensively. I thought they played harder defensively, so we expect the same thing out of Washington Courthouse. They got to lose. Okay, it's only every game. From that, and to knock a top tier team off, all right, would kind of make their season. But it's also our job not to let that, not to let that happen. We tell the guys, we're not playing to lose. You got to play to win. You got to play loose. Don't worry about making a mistake. You got to play loose. You got to play fast. You got to play hard. And the biggest thing right now in practice we're trying to do is we play fast. Number one, fast means that we get from point A to point B quickly. Okay, it's not we try and run a no-huddle offense and da-da-da. All right, but we're getting from point A to point B, quickly. Then we got to make sure that we're mentally sharp. All right, that we know our assignments. All right, like in practice, we're cutting the banging part out. We banged enough. We're going to bang on Friday night. It's going to be physical. We know that. So it's going to be physical. But now, like in practice, you get to point A to point B. You're where you're supposed to be. You execute what you're supposed to get done. All right, and we don't have to beat each other up, but we got to get there and be in that mode and be in that mindset to do this. And I so badly want this group to taste this. All right, Coach Art and I've been there. We talked about being the mountaintop, planting that flag. Okay, we don't want to share it. We're greedy. I mean, this is one thing we're greedy. We like to be polite and be nice, but only one person we want to plant that flag. And they're very blue and white, and it says CHS on it. Okay, all right, and so Coach Art and I've been there. We know what it takes. These young men are still learning. Once they get a taste and once they learn, then you'll see different changes. You'll see their attitude and how they conduct themselves differently. All right, from that. So it's still we're breaking new ground. All right, but Coach Ryan walked off the field and said, now we're guaranteed a winning season. We got 6. Now it'd be disappointing to drop off here. All right, but we've got six in the books. All right, and finish this thing up strong. And go over and take care of a solid line. And again, was a pick, one of the favorites for the title. All right, with that there. Hey, go Cavs. Let the chips fall where they may, but they better fall in our direction, our way, the way we want them to happen, and we'll get the ball in the right people's hands. And defensively, we just got to contain the big plays, contain that quarterback.
Set the tone, compete, and be there on the finish.
Yes. So. Yes. Get the week 10. We talked about that for a long time, and now it's here.
Speaking of finishing, we want to say thanks to the folks here at Dakota's Roadhouse on Western Avenue. Stop in for a steak, get some ribs. They've got plenty of things to find here at our friends at Dakota's. But next week, we're back in Central Center. We're going to head over there to Coffee Central. It'll be the first time we've stopped in there. So we want to, again, say thank you to the many folks who have helped support this Cavalier football program, and we're going to their places to show them off a little bit. So again, thanks to the folks here at Dakota's Roadhouse. For Sonny Hall, for Cavalier Tom, and Coach Ron Hinton, and Jason Jones, I'm Dan Ramey. You've been watching the Cavalier Coach's Corner, and there's one thing left to say, and that's
Go Cavs!